Oh, we are?
Yeah. We're on.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we are on, and this is a hot mess. Oh my
It's
goodness.
a hot
We got
mess.
Story of our life. My lights are flickering. The internet's probably like, I don't know what kind of lag we got going on.
You got no food.
It's pretty bad.
Heads are falling off.
I'm sure I'm freezing right now. Like there's a definite problem right here out in the country way of Indiana.
I keep trying to make you laugh so you'll be in mid laugh like this when you freeze.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Yeah, it's so well, everybody, we've got a I think there's some scheduling problems that are coming up with our guest tonight. So hopefully we'll get that corrected. Same thing happened with Ed. I noticed, like, I don't know if it's the time zone change or what that might catch everybody off guard. But yeah, Eastern time is not the same as out west. So we might have a little bit of problems. Plus, we decided to go ahead and go on here just because I need some smart people to help me with my problem here, and we might be taking up a collection for Starlink. Yeah. I have no idea.
Crowdfund. We're going to crowdfund for Starlink.
Oh my goodness. So I'm kind of curious. How many people in the chat have like countryside internet that's just one step above dial up? Oh, look at Carlson. Miss you, A. Todd. Chris, not so much.
Yeah, he doesn't miss because he doesn't want to do ours anymore. He's just afraid.
Trail Hunter, you are at. Yeah, Trail Hunter's correct too. It is brutally cold, and I kind of feel bad because I had my internet guy out. What was it, a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and he fixed quite a few things that were causing problems. Who's this? Who we got?
Carlson's calling me.
Bring him on as a guest.
Are you calling me right? We're busy. Sorry.
Do we want to send him a link? Let's just send him a link and have him get on.
Why? So we can make the internet worse? All right. I'll send him a link. I'll see if he'll get on.
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't want to do ours, so maybe we can invite him to this one so he'll understand what a live stream is anymore.
I should just have him come on. We'll have Trail Hunter come on and Tangent Trails come on, and then I'll just leave so that way you guys can have a good show. How about that?
So we can have... Hey Jerry,
I'll just join the chat.
Oh well, I'll put the link in the chat. That's what I'll do. Let's do that. What do you think?
Go for it.
All right.
Yeah. That way, if I have to bow out, you guys can continue on having a conversation. So I feel really bad, man. This is, I don't know what's kind of going on with the old internet. How'd you put it? Oh yeah, you got my Google sign on. Like, look at this. See lights flickering and everything.
Jerry, you're in bed? Even better. Come on, big fella.
Isn't he in Texas also?
Yeah. So there's no excuse for the other guy. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, too funny, man.
You know what? I'm gonna
first of all,
don't talk over me. Don't talk over me. So, I'm kidding. I'm going to announce right now on this live stream that Campfires and Cat Holes will continue without Carlson if he doesn't want to do it. I'm going to start doing them myself. So no pressure there, Brian. It will continue. It'll just be Campfires. Because, he's the cat hole part.
Okay. Right. So let me ask you this. How was Tennessee?
Tennessee was amazing. We rented a A-frame down by Clarksville. We had she made me a pineapple upside down cake. She made me ribeyes. We got some snow down there. Then we went and looked at our property that we're going to buy. And it's perfect. I've never had someone go that out for my birthday ever. And I've been married a few times.
Yeah, that's way That's awesome. A few. Like I like how you put that. Very nice. So
Yeah, I got a few notches
well,
under
I
my
tell you
belt.
what, man. Oh my gosh. Well, happy birthday to you, by the way, sir. Like
Well, thank
that's
you.
really, really cool. So I never seen an A-frame before. Like I've never really stayed in one. I mean, I've seen them from the outside, but I've never seen one from the inside. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
pretty cool. Like from what
The
you were
only
posting.
issue with an A-frame ever, because they heat well, they're low maintenance. The only issue with them is the storage. You got to figure out the floor plan just right. So
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so you know how cold it's been. I got a really cool picture I sent you that I got in from you remember Chris from Light AF?
yeah,
So I sent you this picture he sent to me today, and I sent him a few polar jammers just because. And his wife used them as foot warmers, and she was like, "They're, like, I guess they worked pretty dang well."
yeah, they
so
do.
so chalk up another win. Now, I mean, I've got like 11 and a half to 12, depending on the shoe, on what size I wear.
Yeah,
So I can't quite get that, but I mean, maybe I can make a larger one for those. But
I'm
it
telling you,
actually doesn't look too bad.
it doesn't. You just need to just close up one end and start selling them as booties, cheaper. Cheaper booties. Nothing like cheap booty.
Yeah, I mean that's right. Yeah, absolutely right, Carlson. Another use for the polar jammer. So we're up to like 35 uses now. Something else I got going on. I ordered some more stuff from Ripstop by the Roll. It just came in.
Yeah,
I am redoing and recreating a headliner for my soft top Bronco. That'll work. I've got a 3D printer running right now as we speak. And for all you folks that are going to be at LBL, I should have it to where if you're curious about what it looks like, I'm actually creating a sound deadening and insulating headliner for a soft top Bronco that will work. And I might be persuaded to make somebody one if they want to buy me Starlink.
please. I can't do this again. Please buy him Starlink.
So, but actually, it's really cool. My brother-in-law's got a 3D printer, and we've kind of been working on these clips, and I think we finally got them. But the original headliner I made, I've already used once, but it was just too thick and it kept busting clips off. But I think I've got the magical formula, so I'm excited. And it's actually using the same type of material that is actually in the Polar Jammer. I'm just going with a little thinner one.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty excited. So we'll see how it goes.
yeah. Hey, Mark's here. Sloan's here. I just broke my chair.
Sloan, welcome, buddy. Welcome to the show.
He had an awesome time out west in his vehicle, his new vehicle. Man, he was doing some cool stuff.
The Jeep.
Yeah, the new one. The new Jeep. He was doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good little setup. For sure. He's got a pretty good little setup when he heads out west. So I actually like his channel too, because he's kind of the same mindset. He's like hiking, he's camping in the car. I mean, he's doing it all. So
And he's going to narrate.
Really cool
he's
guy.
going to narrate my obituary. It's going to be like, he was an expeditionist and he died of a major heart condition. That's what it's going to sound like.
Too funny. Carlson just asked if I got the Hay Trip tent. I did. So I did get a Hay Trip tent and a rainfly and a mattress, which actually isn't for me. It's not for me. So I did. It's funny. They shot me an email, and I don't really have a truck bed or anything that I can use any of their stuff with.
That's going to giveaway.
But I went ahead and took. No. Actually, it's going to go in the back of Sparky's Raptor. so he's going to use it instead
yeah.
of his easy up tent.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So I just got to make the videos. I just got to make the video down at LBL.
I'm
because
making
I
one
won't
on
have
the,
access to it after he leaves.
I'm making one on the table in LBL. The table that Carlson can't get because
Nice.
right now.
Nice. That's hilarious. We should collab on that.
We could. I've actually got 2 of those tables, and I told Carlson I'm not giving him one because my generosity has limits.
Yeah, I actually just got some Molly-Gred panels sent to me as well. So I've got to put those on. Dude, I don't know what's happening. I just got some walkie-talkies sent. And Carlson, did you get the same walkie-talkies from TalkPod? I mean, is that what he? Okay, cool.
He did because they approached me as well. But I've got 10,000 of them already. So,
well, okay. So I heard that they were having a lot of spur radio signals going on to other channels originally when they first came out with those and launched them, and they were considered like I don't know the term dirty walkie or dirty radio or whatever because it's not doesn't stay in its own channel, which to me doesn't sound like it's a big deal. But they were having a lot of issues with that. Well, apparently this one that they're sending now, it's actually corrected that issue.
Well, the reason it's an issue
I guess
is
now it's clean radio.
Well, the reason it's an issue is because the FCC says that's illegal, and you have to pass certain tests to have a radio marketed in the U.S. and to have bleed over like that, the ham guys go nuts. They're a different breed anyway.
Yeah, like that radio channel that I absolutely love. What is it? Yeah. Not a G Production. If you guys have not seen that channel, or not a Rubicon Production. That dude, he just absolutely cracks me up with his reviews on radios. I don't know. Like I've watched the same review probably 4 times. Not that I don't know what the radio is, but just because I find it so funny. Like the guy's hilarious.
He calls them sad hams, which I enjoy. Like the ham guys who get up in a roar whenever newbies come on and they treat them like dirt, you know.
Yeah. That he pins the worst comments to the top of the screen. Like that's one of my favorites.
I used to do that. I did that with I did that with Old Boy a few times. Yeah.
Go Yellow Team.
Yeah, go Yellow Team.
Right. Oh, too funny. Man, cool mod. Carlson's already modding his compressor. Nice.
What, did he turn it on? You put a
Did you already do that, Carlson?
Why don't you just come in here?
Did you already do?
He's got time to comment, but he ain't got time to come in here.
We need to switch places. I need to be the one commenting.
I know his internet's not much better. Oh, quick disconnect. Yeah.
So I was talking to the internet guys like, hey, like literally the upload speed is terrible. It's like, is there any way I can fix that? He's like, no, not where you live. He said the only time that we've gotten decent load speed is because of something breaking and they bind 2 lines together and then they found a way to. So I'm like, okay, what do I need to go kick over? So please tell me at this point, what do I need to break so you can do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
So
quick disconnect.
When we get to building on the property, so there's fiber optic that runs out to there. I'm going to make that whole building on the property thing a very long series, and I'll be able to do. I'm wondering how my internet will be there because it is in the middle of nowhere, but they're running fiber optic on, so.
Yeah, I think so. I've had a couple of position offers at work, and I've turned them with head up and mouth open. Did you get it? Did you get that frozen spot?
That's awesome.
Oh, that's hilarious. You've been hoping for that one. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. I'm glad I could help with that. That happens a lot. I try not to belly laugh into the mic because yeah. So my kids always tell me about that. They're like, "Dad, you laugh so loud." I'm like, "I can't help it. If something's funny, I'm not gonna hold it in." Sorry. Oh, love the embarrassing dad moments. But they were
Yes,
just
Jerry.
excited. The pond.
Sorry. Yes, Jerry. But we already found out the well depth. The average well depth is between 200 and 300. So we're looking at 10 or 11 grand for that. But the septic's going to be a little bit more. It'd be about 20 grand. So I'm also taking up donations.
You have to have a certain septic, or does it have to be hooked into like those pipes that they're running out everywhere now? And
Well, so there's something called a perk test where they test the soil to see how a septic's going to do, like with the leach field and all that. And so all of those have already been done on all the properties. So that saves a lot of money because those tests are not cheap. So if you have one already, they can pretty much tell you where you can put your septic. The order of operations that I don't understand yet is you can pick out a building site and grade it and whatever, but it's determinate between where your septic goes and where your well is. And so you have to they can kind of tell you where you can build, you know. I think that's the order of operations. I don't know. So you put in you figure out where your septic goes, you figure out where your well's going to go, and then you put a house in between them or something like that.
yeah, you're pretty well right. I mean, when you run the soil test, because I literally just had to go through this quick story. And I'll just caveat this with local governments can be corrupt also. I'll just say that in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So our county was running all the sewer lines out into the country, right? So they're running these pumping stations, and they're dropping them all over the place.
Right.
Some of the rules were you had to be within, I think it was like 300 feet or 100 yards of a main to be required to hook up to it. And then they would make you crush your septic, hook up to it, unless your septic was passable. Now, like if they had certain septics. Yes.
I'm not frozen. I'm
Were
just
you frozen? Was I?
No, I was it's literally me going, what?
So yeah, so if you're within 100 yards of these things, they required you to hook up to them if your septic would not pass. Now, the crazy thing was it also had to be a required septic system. So like some of the sand, I forget what the sand mounds septics that they used to use were no longer accepted in our county. It has to be the mound ones. I'm pretty sure they're doing that everywhere. It starts at the federal level and goes down. So,
Right.
well, the crazy thing is our septic was an old concrete tank and it started to collapse. I tried to do the right thing, talk to them, and they said that you can't fix it because they did a soil test and most of the soil was clay. My guess is from the pond that was dug, some of that lower dirt was just dropped there. And I'd have to relocate and replumb everything onto some soil to make a septic mound that will accept it. Now, the other crazy thing of that was they were running those lines probably, I don't know, probably a quarter mile down the road. They were running some of those lines. I asked them, and I voluntarily said, if you guys are going to run those lines close to my house, I'd be more than willing to hook up to it because, I mean, if that's not going to pass, it'd be super expensive to replumb the house, to move the septic over. It'd be insane.
Right.
They literally turned and said to me, "We have no plans of going out your way, but you could do that. You're just going to have to buy the pumping station. You're going to have to run the main. You're going to have to tunnel it under the road, and then you're going to have to run it up to your house."
And
So
you're gonna
I'm
have to get
looking
on
at,
D's nuts.
I think it was like
That's what I'd say.
So it was literally, I think the pumping stations alone were like $15,000 or something just to buy those stupid things. They're like, we're sorry, we're out of grant money, we're not doing it. I was like, well, I said, I'm not doing that. I was like, that's insane. I'll just. He's like, well, we already know you. You can't run a tank. You can't do anything else. This is your only option. So it was almost like they were strong arming me, right? I just sat on it, like literally, dropped some plywood. I'm done. I'm not doing this. I kind of got into stubborn Jeremy mode, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I'll just wait till you guys run it out here and I'll hook up to it. He said, we have no plans for running out that way. We're going the other way. It's not going to be anywhere near you. That very next year, they ran it right by my house. And then I ended up hooking up to it and having everything crushed for, it was under $1,000.
Yeah.
So now I have a sewer bill, but I don't ever have any maintenance or have to deal with it. To me, it's worth it. For the predicament I was in, it was the best case scenario. But the fact that they tried to get me to pay it before they ran it out there, that kind of opened my eyes. Like, man, everybody talks about their concerns with. Oh,
dang,
this is
Jerry.
well fun. I'll have to give you the $20. What a great guy.
It's for my fun, not for your internet. That's what I enjoy.
Remind me. It's okay. You deserve it, buddy.
By the way, I hope you
I'll
don't
give you
mind.
$20 or whatever their portion is.
I edited the name of this live to Septic Talk. I hope you don't mind.
That's great. No, that's fantastic. You just got to come up with a different thumbnail now.
Yeah. So, hi, welcome to Septic Talk. You're on the line.
But yeah, get David Gray's infamous picture that he posted where he was sitting on it's like a privy toilet that was just in the middle of the Adirondacks.
Right.
I remember that one was a long time ago. He took that picture.
I think so. This particular property is no HOA, no covenants, no building restrictions. It's completely without any kind of restriction, but I haven't checked into the county yet, so I don't know, because there'll be some county stuff, I'm sure. But I've talked to the developer like 3 times, and he's like, yeah, we're not doing any homeowners association ever. You can build what you want out there. In fact, when we went to view the property, some guy already had a shipping container out there and was living in it. Like, it hadn't been fixed up or anything.
That's
it's
crazy.
Literally just a shipping container with no windows.
That's crazy. Those things are insane. So I think I sent you the picture of this guy that's building a house out in the country not too far from me that has one of those shipping container homes. And it started off being like 2 shipping containers in the middle of the field. I think it's been being worked on for at least a couple of years. I mean, this isn't a slow process. So I'm assuming he's doing it himself.
You talking about Life Uncontained, or that's a YouTube channel? Is it a guy and a girl?
No, this is just some dude out. No, this is just some dude out by my house.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, 500 more of those and we'll be there.
We'll be there. Yeah.
That's crazy how expensive that is. Yeah. So this guy out in the countryside, along the road, just on my way back way into Fort Wayne. I just remember driving by it all the time, and he had like 2 shipping containers out in the middle of a field, and I always wondered what they were. And it just started off with those. This was a couple of years ago. And it just more kept coming out and putting them right next to each other. And now they're stacking them on top of each other. I mean, he's probably up to, I don't know how many was in that picture I sent you, but at least 9. Like 9. I mean, it's getting to where it's like becoming the size of a house. And he keeps linking them together.
Let me show you what I was looking at. Check this out.
That's a cool Bronco, by the way. 56.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Wow, that's wild.
That would be perfect size for the property, for the area, the flat area to build on.
Yeah, that patio.
Jokes are costing him money tonight.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
Right. We're gonna. Hey, let's
Oh
do.
man.
Let's do a
So
Let's do a
so I
telephone
made
something.
I'm gonna need a few more Coke Zeros.
Right.
So, yeah, I got to get the chili dog stuff made. I've got all my food made for LBL. If anybody doesn't know, we're actually got this trip coming up with a lot of people, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know. I'm excited to meet Trail Hunter USA. Haven't met him yet. It's fun to hang out with him. Anybody that's ever watched Cottywampa Overlanding and seen the red Power Wagon drove. I almost really butchered English right there. That drove a red Power Wagon Kelly. He
was in my
he's
house.
going to be there, which will be really cool.
He's been in my
Yeah,
house.
yeah. So what happened? That's how I met him. That's how I actually
Yeah.
ended up talking to him. It was like because of you, honestly. That's why.
Yeah, because I
So-
was selling something, probably something off my truck, and a friend of his bought it, and he came and picked it up, and gave me the cash. But yeah, he's been in the THG studios here.
That's really cool. I might be in the THG studios for the next live stream, by the way.
You might.
I might just come down there just to do it with you. It's literally at
Drive
this point,
2.5 hours, just
which will be Jason Witch. Don't put it past me. I probably would.
Well, tell me ahead of time, and I can probably set it up. Although we'll have to squeeze in one camera.
Why don't we just do that? Why don't we just do that?
Johnny Bench.
Why not?
My God, what a dated reference is that? Johnny Bench? What are you, 70?
Oh, too funny. But yeah, next live stream's going to be Jason Wish. So that'll be a lot of fun. He's going to come on. So we'll make sure we get a solution for that one. This is just troubling.
I just don't want you to feel alone, so I freeze myself on purpose every so often, just so you don't feel alone. I'll be like,
I mean, oh my goodness, I'm like crying over here. Oh, too funny.
oh my gosh, that's funny.
Get Jeremy's house for the next one. Oh, yeah. Well, it is what it is at this point. I literally asked the guys, like, how soon till fiber optic or something's coming my way? He's like, not for a while. So I'm like, well, there goes that. But I guess the Amish aren't driving that business.
Right. Yeah. They're not.
So,
They're not. Look, Amish Henge or Amish Tender is not popular right now. Amish
no,
Grinder.
so they do have phones, right?
Yeah, they have phones.
That's too funny. Yeah, no, they do. So used to they would run to neighbors and borrow phones, but now they're using their own cell phones. And you'll drive by and you'll see a fence post with a box on it, and it has like a solar panel like this big on top of the post, and that's what charges their phones. Or you run by and you hear fire up their generators in the back of the barn. So,
right.
I mean, whatever. So, but
Graber's charging his iPhone 15.
Yeah, Graber's got better internet than me at this point. So, but,
Indian smoke signals are better than this.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so we're at like sub-zero temperatures, right? I mean, like -20. I mean, they're still out in their buggies heading to town.
Yeah,
I mean, insane. Like
that is crazy.
It's crazy. But it's actually kind of scary this time of year. You always hear about. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say down in Greenwood and Sunday it's gonna be -1. I'm sure you guys are going to be
Yeah,
colder.
I woke up to -5. Yeah, I woke up to -5 this morning. Yeah. So I was going to go out Sunday. I ended up not, right? I think the biggest concern was as windy as it is. Like I just didn't want to be amongst the trees with like 30-mile-an-hour straight winds. It's like me that's like kind of a big fear of mine. Like you get into high winds, it's not that I'm worried about getting blown away or whatever. You just kind of worry about getting smacked with a tree.
Now Jerry's dating himself here. You know what a party line phone is?
Mm-mm. No.
You don't know what a party line phone is? Well, maybe I'm dating myself too. A party line phone is one line that multiple families use, like they have access to. So consider like one line coming into different houses, and so at any one time, four of these houses will be making a call or whatever, and it's like yeah, it's old. It's an old thing.
I never even heard of that. Don't they do the same thing with family plans now? Like only with cell phones?
Kind of, but it doesn't work the same way. It doesn't work the same way because cell phones each have their own signal processor. This is a landline with four offshoots, one line with like four offshoots. And so if somebody else was on the phone, you couldn't make a phone call, or you pick up and you can hear their conversation, and it's your neighbor. So they're like, "Yeah, baby, what you wearing?" And then you pick up the phone, and you're like, "Oh."
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
That's too funny. So no, like literally our house. When I grew up as a kid, I mean, like our closest neighbor was literally a quarter mile away. I mean, there was like maybe 3 houses on our mile stretch. And one of them was because the guy moved and built another house and then sold that one. But our phone line, like we had just the normal, house phone line, and like I never made a long distance call. I was not allowed to make a long distance call. So by
Oh
golly,
no.
you don't make a long distance call. And if you're on the phone for too long, you are getting off that phone quickly when you are told to.
Same. Same.
Because
My grandfather.
nobody else can call in. It's not like there's call waiting or any of that stuff.
Right. I live with my grandfather, and he was on call for maintenance, and so I was limited to 5 minutes with my friends, and this is before cell phones. So I'm like, "Where we're meeting? Yep. Okay. All right. Pick me up. All right. Love you. Bye." And that's how it had to be. You know
Yeah. Can I tell you something though?
what?
Like literally, I don't think I would trade. Like even my internet signal now, how much of a pain in the butt it is. I would not choose to raise my kid anywhere else. You know what I mean? It's
Oh
like you
yeah.
got a good school, you got good people around you. I mean, even the Amish, it's like I hear a lot of people, especially around here, it's like, man, I can't believe you're surrounded by Amish. I love them. They're great. They keep to themselves. I don't have to worry about their snowmobiles driving through my yard. I don't have to worry about running off four-wheelers or people being rowdy. It literally is like a little piece of my country that I don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I don't have to worry
Trust
about my
me.
kids getting on the bus. So
Yeah. So you're making a trade off, right? And it's a okay trade off.
yeah, my lights are flickering, which I
Yeah.
have no idea why right
That's
now.
concerning.
Yeah. Well, in actually, if we do have a power outage, the good thing is I got a wood burner. I mean, we've had that before too. Because I remember that was a thing as a kid. It's like the power goes out, boom, you're firing up the wood furnace and you're lighting all the kerosene heaters. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's I just wouldn't trade it though. You know,
No, I understand.
I'm
And
curious. I feel bad for.
wait, you what? You glitched. What?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm afraid to. I'm afraid I'll talk over you. I'm just like, I don't know oh, the car was very fast. The car, yeah. I basically wake up and piss excellence. This has got to be the best one we've ever done.
Oh, this is too fun. It really is. It really is. Oh my goodness. Oh, no, I was just going to say that I'm actually kind of concerned about Texas, as cold as it was there. I'm pretty sure that they were into like freezing temperatures. My eyes are watering right now, but I'm
I
pretty
have
sure
been
that they were
driving.
like into freezing temperatures.
I have been driving down the road near Dallas on Easter's when it was snowing and people were sliding off because they don't have trucks, they don't have any of that. And I was driving a giant U-Haul van with all of my ex-wife's stuff in it. And I'm the only one pretty calm,
Oh,
like, this ain't nothing, y'all. But they were going nuts. They were like, oh my God, it's a
yeah.
flake.
Oh, yeah. I think we were supposed to get like, I don't know. They originally were saying like 8 inches of snow, but I think it's down to like 4 or 5, maybe 6 now, over the next several days. And I was talking to backpacking with Jason, and he's like, they'd shut down our whole state for that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
really? He's like,
He
yeah,
just
oh
posted
yeah,
a video.
you get an
He
inch of
just
snow, and they're
posted
like shutting it
a
down.
picture. God, see, I'm talking over you. He just posted a picture of him at the gorge in snow.
Oh, I'm jealous of that. I love that. I did get snow one time down in the gorge. We were up on Eagle's Nest, and it was Goat and Jason and Jeremiah and David, and David's two dogs. We actually went up to the Eagle's Nest, and Jeremiah was coming up at night with it snowing, and he was trying to use all trails. I don't think he knew the route up there as well at that time because it was fairly new to a lot of us. And he found his way up there, but it was the coolest experience just camping out. Had a hot fire and the snow's coming down in giant flakes. I mean, it was literally the best experience. So, I mean, there's just something about sitting out there when it's way better to get snowed on than rained on. So,
Yeah, so we were
but
talking about for this LBL. We thought we were going to get snow, and now it's just going to be rain because Carlson's going. But
mhm.
so now we're just going. But Thursday is going to be bad with the rain. Friday and Saturday won't be as bad, and it looks like nothing on Sunday.
Yeah. So I'm hoping
Over,
that it
over.
actually bumps up a couple days to where we get several days.
Let's just
So
start
I
over
don't
at the
know
end
what
of our
that means.
sentences, like radio, like like when you stop talking, just like you go over. Let's just do that.
Is what they call it. What do they call that? The Roger beep.
Yeah, yeah. Over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully, of course, you guys aren't the only ones that caused rain. I think it was Sparky myself that was out in freaking Las Vegas where it dumped rain on us for 4 hours. And we're driving by these like little, wash channels, and they're completely packed. I'm pretty sure I seen a homeless guy on a pink flamingo. Positive, like going down the little channels.
Yeah.
So,
We just have I cannot explain it. Over. I cannot explain it. How that, I guess, like, you can't talk after you say over. You have to be quiet. So never mind. I can't explain it. Every time that he and I get together, it's so odd. Hold on a minute. Hello, hello. Honey, you call. I'm in the live stream. Yeah, I'm doing the thing. Okay, love you. Bye. She called me. I think she
oh,
butt dialed me. I think she butt dialed me. That's one way to get butt.
oh, too
Anyway.
funny. Oh man,
We're gonna
Houston, we
delete
have a
this, right?
problem.
Nobody's gonna see this.
Absolutely. I don't. You obviously don't know me well enough to know I don't care about views.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh man.
all right. Anyway, so
Well,
yeah, I'm about talked out. What about you there, glitchy boy?
yeah. I feel pretty tired. I'm exhausted. I feel like I had a workout right now trying to figure this out. So,
Look at this.
Oh man. Well, Ryan Carlson.
He's trying to call.
What's he saying? I can't. Oh,
I'm
well,
gonna pick it up. Why are you calling? Oh, you hung up on me. Oh, you dick. Sorry. He hung up on me. I'm so gonna. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my Christian self. I'm gonna keep my Christian self. Okay.
As you should. As you should.
Right.
So,
Lord help me.
You're getting better. Good job.
Lord help me.
I don't think that sounds like no. No, it doesn't sound like Cat Williams.
Oh, I thought you didn't know who he was. I thought that was dead on. Over.
No, maybe it was the lag.
Yeah, let's blame it on that.
So are you packed up, ready for LBL, or have you even started? Not worried about it? Or are you just the guy that grabs the toad in the corner and throws it in?
I haven't. You didn't say over. I haven't touched anything because I just got back from this last trip, so I have to spend next week probably packing up. I'm trying to figure out how many times you're going to feed me, so I know how much food to bring. Over.
Just once. I think just once. I'm going to do chili dogs. Sparky's doing breakfast. I mean, okay, I'm sure I'll probably have extra food because I've got extra stuff. Carlson just nailed it. Jim Baker. That's exactly who you sounded like. Have you ever heard Jim Baker?
The preacher?
Yeah. Yes. That's who you sounded like. 100%.
What? Yeah. I was going for Cat Williams and y'all say Jim Baker?
Jim Baker. 100%.
That's either end of the spectrum, bro.
Raise your hand if you think Chris sounded like or acted like Jim Baker.
That's either. Okay. Well, I'll take it. My unintentional impression, but I'll take it.
Oh, yes. That's exactly what I was thinking. Jim Baker, Tammy Faye.
Or maybe I was thinking like, what was that preacher that he sinned and he did this confession on, and he was crying, I have sinned before God.
Jimmy
Carter. That wasn't
Jimmy Carter. That was the president.
The president. Jimmy Swaggart. Oh my God! What a disaster of a show! What a
Jimmy Carter was close.
What a disaster of a show!
Oh gosh, that's so good. I love it. I love it. So bring up Jim Baker. Can you bring up a Jim Baker clip?
All right.
I know this is probably going to pause.
Hold on. Let me look him up. Jimmy Carter.
Oh, that is too funny. I'm like crying over here.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
I should be crying because this is so bad.
This is the best show ever, he says. All right, let's see. We got. Is it this guy right here?
I don't know. I can't see it. There's a 5-second delay on videos. If you play it, I could probably hear it.
And if all the demons in hell and all the
demons just sound like
world
you found a young Jim Baker.
When I go to heaven, he'd let me work on mansions.
Oh my God. I did sound like him. I completely sounded like him.
Yes.
Oh my! That was unintentional.
They had a reality show. I think it was like Jim Baker and Timmy Faye. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure they had a reality show.
That was so unintentional. I was
so
trying
good.
to Cat Williams.
Oh, extra chili dogs for Carlson for calling that one out. That was fantastic.
And no refunds on the $1.99.
Oh man. Oh, too good, man. I'm exhausted. I tell you what, it's actually been a lot of fun though, even though it's been a disaster. Like I guess that's kind of the whole point.
Sometimes those are the best ones.
So,
Over.
Yeah, like Keith and Gary. Like that was a fun one too. Those guys jumping on. So,
that's what I'm saying. If I could ever get my
alrighty, well,
partner, if I could ever get my live stream partner back on the air, we could have disaster shows again too.
Oh, his comment. Oh,
Jim
his comment
Baker
is so good.
I'd rather
your new trail name is Jim Baker.
over.
Over. Beep.
Right. Dear God. Okay, well, so LBL coming up in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Or was it 1 week? Or
yes, sir. Is it 2 or is it 1? 1.5. Let's say 1.5.
And we're
JB.
going to JB. No, that's too close to the other dude. I don't want that. No. Too close to numbnuts.
Oh gosh. Too funny. Well, at least I think I got it narrowed down to I'm pretty sure this is my laptop causing all the issues now instead of 100% my internet. My internet's not great, but it usually works. I'm pretty sure this new laptop with Microsoft Edge is garbage.
Yeah. You need to buy a brand new MacBook Air. And you will never have this problem, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, you will.
I went with Dell because that's like the same as everything I've had and it always worked. But the new Microsoft software, I am not a fan. Like it's kicking up all these crazy ads.
You can turn all those off.
So I don't know if I can just
bring that to LBL and let me look at it, see if I can turn all of those off for you. And then we'll try it again. We'll see if it does any good.
Yeah, I'll do that. Because actually, Sparky wanted me to bring it down also because he wanted me to. Okay, so I downloaded the Forescan app, which is like the soft Android 99 cents. I can't.
It's getting lower.
I have no words right now. Yeah. So, but I downloaded Forescans and got the permissions for that, which is a software that they use to program, and I've used it to change some things on my Bronco. Shut off. Yeah, it's basically a automotive.
Did you say Forescan
software
or Foreskin?
App. Yes, Forescan.
Okay.
Forescan.
Okay.
Yes,
it's a very important distinction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. So they me all thrown off now. Good grief. But I can't right now. This is horrible.
I know. I'm sorry.
But I hook it up. I hook it up to my Bronco, and I was able to give myself like all the goat modes, turn off all the double honk when you like leave your car running and you get out, and the seatbelt dings, and just a bunch of stuff I didn't want. Sparky's doing the same thing in his Raptor, so he told me to bring it down. Because I also got to recalibrate my speedometer. It's like 5 mile an hour off right now because of the bigger tires. So I can do that through the Forescan app and then get my mileage or my miles accurate as well too. So
I did the same.
So I will probably bring it down.
I did the same thing for the 4Runner. I turned off the seatbelt alarm for the passenger. So because my son never uses the seatbelt when he's riding with me, and it drives me crazy. I'm very Christian like Jimmy.
Yeah.
And you know what? We need to all make a pact that Keith can never know about Jimmy Baker. We cannot let Keith know that because he will run with that.
Why is that?
No, much like Carlson has.
I'm excited Keith's going to be there, and Gary and Brian, like all those guys. I mean, they are. I don't know. I just picture them in like the barbershop having those epic conversations. And now it's like having them next to a campfire and you put David Gray in the mix. I mean, it's going to be great. I'm really, really excited. So
Yeah,
plus some cool rigs there. So I'm excited about that.
As long as Carlson is not mean to everyone, that's all I care about.
He'll be fine. I'm not worried about that.
For full refund of my super chats, I will not tell Keith.
Well, I mean, the super chats go to me, not Chris.
Yeah. You mean the almost $3 you spent tonight? Over.
I mean, but I got to give you Tangent Trails' money though, so I'll just send that to you via PayPal.
Oh my gosh, what a fun! Why do we even have guests? Why don't we just talk about like anything?
Okay, let's do that. All right, we're gonna have Jason Wish on, which is really fun. I'll fix this somehow. If I have to take it from your apartment and go on the live stream from there, I'll give you a heads up. But
you could be over here on the couch with yours, and I could be here at my desk, and no one would know we were in the same place.
Meanwhile, the door opens of your apartment and my laptop goes flying out because I find out that is the reason why this is all the problems.
Right. Right. Well, the one time that we had,
after Jason Wish, I mean,
yeah, over.
Roger.
The one time we had Hoot here, remember early on with ours, and that show was a disaster too, because I was trying to use OBS and it was just resource heavy, and I was doing exactly what you're doing right now. And so Hoot was making all these great jokes and nobody heard them because they were so scattered. But I had two microphones, but he and I had to huddle in front of the same camera, so he'd be over here. And but if you brought yours and it worked, if you brought yours and it worked, then it would be your internet. It wouldn't be your laptop.
100%. And I could take a picture of my backdrop, and then you can just use it as a fake backdrop or something.
Right. A virtual backdrop. Yeah,
that'd be good. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We might make that happen, because honestly, it would be that actually might be fun. But after that, let's definitely tune in next week.
Campfires. Yeah, I may have a guest, I may not, but it's going to be tune in next week for campfires.
Oh, too funny. Oh man, yeah. So, but we will do more of this. We'll just because there's a lot of hot topics that I'm not necessarily afraid to talk about on my channel, that I've kind of been wanting to, including like the Blue Ribbon projects and a lot of the stuff of the land grabs that's happening out west. That's in my docket to talk about, and those are going to be like legit issues that people need to understand. I mean, some of these lands that are disappearing out west aren't coming back. And luckily we have, if you haven't followed Blue Ribbon on Instagram, I don't know if you can pull them up, if you've ever even seen them. If not, we'll save that to another day and I can send you the link. But they're okay. But they're a company not even a company. It's just some people that are literally fighting to save a lot of lands from going back to the federal government. And a lot of this stuff is you got the Bureau of Land Management that's saying we want to restore these lands. We want to restore these lands. And then on the backside, you got Moab that's being zoned out for residential and business. It's not going to be the same if they get coughed up from the states. So it's a big concern. So I would like to maybe touch on some of those topics, and that might be the time to do it. I mean, what are they gonna do? Shadow ban you?
Yeah, pretty much. And they're gonna really crack down this for the next until November's over. They're gonna crack down on anything, right? Like for instance, in my latest video at that hiking guy, subscribe, share. At my latest video, I showed the good book, and I got a thumbs down because somebody didn't like that, and I don't care anymore. So in fact, I'm going to
MK is in the house.
What up, man? What's up, Mike? I'm going to increase the amount of.
We definitely want to get him.
Yeah, how come you can be in the chat but you can't be? What the heck, man?
He will. We're going to get him on because that's another fun conversation. So we're going to get that rescheduled. That's on as well too.
Yeah.
But I really, really, really want to talk to that guy too. He's got some fun stuff to. Heck, we're heading into Dogman territory.
I want to hike with him. I want to hike with him, and I want to hike with Justin Sylvester.
Yeah, Justin actually talked to me about coming up and hanging out with him in his. I can listen at work.
Can I
told me that he's working second shift. We'll figure it out.
Can I get a piece of that action? Can I invite myself on the thing that he invited you on?
I'm sure.
You don't have to pause so long.
Well, I'm trying to get him down to the Red River Gorge.
Oh,
pausing.
I know.
No, I'd like to get him down to. I'd like to get him down. Too funny. No, I'd like to get him down to the gorge to do like some off-roading and hiking. So it'd be like one of those things. Have him come down, hang out with Jason for a couple of days, then maybe I come down, we'll do the byway for a day, and then head up to Eagle's Nest or some of those other cool spots. So I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm down. Over.
Man, I can't believe this has went on almost an hour. We are definitely deleting this episode. So if you watch this live, this is probably the only people that is going to watch this.
We named it Septic Talk. Come on.
Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad.
Yeah, but I've made a lot of really funny jokes in this one. You're going to delete it? No.
You make funny jokes at all the casts. That's why you're on here. Over.
Oh, okay. So I'm just a comic relief. Over.
A lot of the time. Beep.
Okay. Awesome. See, even Jerry says no delete.
Oh, no delete tangent trails.
No delete Johnny number 5,
guys. All right.
No delete
all right.
Johnny number 5.
This is we won't delete it. We won't delete it. This is horrible. Oh, too funny. Yeah, we'll keep. I'll definitely bring my laptop down to LBL though, for real.
Okay, and I'll look at it and see if it might be the ad stuff.
Okay, wait a minute. I just thought of something. So like the Wednesday that we would have Jason, I think is the week before we go down to LBL. Maybe I just come down that Wednesday and then I'll head to LBL after that.
In 2 weeks? No, that's not right. Jason is the week after LBL.
Hold on.
Because next week is the Campfires.
Yeah, you're right.
The Campfires only show. And then the next week would be Jason. It'd be after.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
No cat holes. Only
I'll just drive down.
Okay.
5 hours of driving just to have a stream. Why not? For an hour?
Right.
Might as well.
But yeah, at least like if we put it on my network, I can look at I can try to see what's bogging it down. And if it is those pop-ups and all that ad stuff that you get when you buy a brand new laptop, that can all be taken care of. And of course, we won't get a real test until you bring it back home. But if it works after I do that, it's either that or my network is better. So when you get home, we do another test and it's still bogged down, then you just throw the thing out the window. Over.
Yeah, because it didn't do that with my other laptop.
Right.
The only thing that happened with that is I had some type of security thing that got uploaded. So now it doesn't let me on the link. But yeah, it's really, really weird. So I don't know. We'll see. But all right, I mean, we literally been going on this tangent for an hour. This is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
These are the best ones,
well,
man. It's like, since I'm Jimmy Baker now, I'm just going to leave it with saying, get out there and explore Jesus. That's what I'm going to say.
you got to say it in the voice. I mean,
All right, wait.
the world would be a better place if they did. Let me just tell you. So,
You got to get down there and you got to explore Jesus. That's what you got to do. You need the Savior. That's what you need.
you sound just like him. Literally sound just like him. That is so good. Oh, we're gonna have a show just on your impersonations.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that. Over.
All right, man. Well,
all right,
we're gonna get off here. So for everybody that jumped in and watched the show, I can't believe you did that
from the beginning.
So for everybody that donated, this, I like to rewatch some of these episodes just because I love watching the guests and everything. This is one I promise you I will never rewatch. So,
I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Thank you guys for coming on. Oh, this is so bad.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.